Johnes Mwashushe Mwaruma is a Kenyan politician, educator, and public servant who has represented Taita Taveta County in the Kenyan Senate. A long-serving figure in both education and politics, Mwaruma's life has been shaped by his deep commitment to community development, public service, and improving the welfare of his constituents. His journey from teacher and union leader to senator reflects the breadth of his engagement with Kenyan society and the issues that affect everyday citizens, particularly in the coastal region. Johnes Mwarushe Mwaruma was born and raised in Taita Taveta County, a scenic but historically underserved region in Kenya's coast province that borders Tsavo East National Park and is home to diverse communities. While the exact details of his birth date are not publicly recorded, his life and work suggest formative years spent closely connected with both rural community life and the emerging opportunities of Kenya's post-independence era. Growing up in Taita Taveta, Mwaruma experienced the challenges many coastal families face, including limited infrastructure, gaps in service delivery, and the need for greater investment in human capacity. These early realities left a lasting impact on him, cultivating a commitment to education and community empowerment that would later define his professional and political life. Mwaruma's academic journey reflects a strong foundation in education and professional training. He began his schooling at Weruga Primary School, completing his Kenya Certificate of Primary Education (KCPE) in 1987. He later attended Kenyatta High School in Mwatate, where he sat for his Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education (KCSE) in 1991. He then pursued a diploma in education at Kenya Science Teachers College (KSTC) from 1993 to 1995. After which he began teaching under the Teachers Service Commission, TSC, Kenya's agency responsible for recruiting, deploying, and managing teachers, in 1996. Seeking to deepen his academic grounding, Mwaruma later furthered his education with a Bachelor of Education, Science, degree at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, CUEA, between 2007 and 2010. He followed this with a Master of Education, from Aga Khan University in Dar es Salaam from 2011 to 2013, highlighting his commitment to advancing his expertise in education. In his early professional life, Mwaruma dedicated over 20 years to teaching, 1996 to 2017, and educational leadership. During this period, he taught at various institutions, including St. Mary's High School in Lashangoniai, Voi Girls Secondary School, and provided part-time lectures at Taita Taveta University. His work as an educator brought him into direct contact with generations of students and underscored his belief in education as a foundation for personal and community transformation. He also served as Executive Secretary for the Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT, in Taita Taveta County, a role that demonstrated his leadership among educators and his ability to represent teachers' interests. Mwaruma transitioned from education and union leadership into active politics in the 2017 Kenyan general elections, when he successfully contested the senatorial seat for Taita Taveta County on an Orange Democratic Movement (ODM) ticket. ODM is one of Kenya's major political parties, known for its national presence and strong links to grassroots mobilization. His election marked the beginning of his formal national political career at the Senate, Kenya's upper legislative chamber, where he represented Taita Taveta during the 12th Parliament, 2017 to 2022. His tenure reflected his transition from local community leadership to national lawmaking and oversight. In the 2022 general elections, Mwaruma was re-elected as senator for Taita Taveta County, continuing his service into the 13th Parliament, 2022 to 2027. He remains a member of ODM and sits within the national legislative framework as part of the opposition coalition in the Senate. As senator, his responsibilities include representing the interests of Taita Taveta County, contributing to national lawmaking, and providing oversight over devolved government functions and county administration. Senator Mwaruma has been involved in several significant Senate committee engagements, which form a core part of his legislative work. These include membership of The Senate Committee on Education, focusing on laws, policies, and issues pertaining to learning institutions and educational development. The Senate Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources, which addresses land policy, environmental governance, and natural resource use in Kenya. The County Public Accounts Committee, PAC, which scrutinizes public expenditure by county governments and works to ensure accountability in the use of devolved funds. Mwaruma has sponsored and supported legislative initiatives including the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, which aligns with broader environmental and resource stewardship goals relevant to his county, home to abundant wildlife and conservation landscapes. Senator Mwaruma's work has often focused on core public service and development issues, particularly in areas that directly affect his constituents. Education access. Early in his Senate career, he helped support educational initiatives in Taita Taveta. For example, under the Johnes Mwaruma Foundation, he helped launch classrooms for primary schools in underserved areas such as Birikani ECD Center in Voi Sub-County, reducing the distance children had to walk to access schooling. Health infrastructure. In March 2024, he moved a formal notice in the Senate advocating for the establishment of more national teaching and referral hospitals outside Nairobi, arguing that families currently travel long distances for specialized treatment. A core equity issue for regions like Taita Taveta. Teachers' rights. Mwaruma has also publicly supported teachers' rights. In one instance, he presented concerns from female teachers in Taita Taveta regarding allegedly unauthorized pay deductions related to the Kenya Women Teachers Association, KAWOTA, highlighting his role as an advocate for workers in his county, land, water and public services. In August 2025, he raised alarm in the Senate about key development issues in Taita Taveta, including irregular land allocations, unclear status of water drilling rigs, and malfunctioning ambulances, indicating his ongoing engagement with infrastructure and service delivery challenges. Mwaruma is often described as a thoughtful and measured leader, one who approaches political challenges with deliberation rather than impulsivity. Although some commentators have at times characterized his style as soft, others note that his strategic engagement, including raising substantive issues in committee work and the Senate, reflects a deep understanding of political and governance processes. Throughout his political career, he has demonstrated resilience and adaptability, transitioning effectively from education and union leadership into national political representation while maintaining a focus on advocacy for community welfare. Senator Johnes Mwaruma is known to maintain a relatively low public profile regarding his personal life, focusing primarily on his public service responsibilities. Reports indicate that he is married and has children, and family relationships have at times appeared in news profiles, though detailed personal information remains largely private. His values reflect his professional and community roots, the belief in education as empowerment, accountability in governance, and equitable access to services, themes that recur across his legislative work, community engagements, and public commentary. Johnes Mwaruma's life and career illustrate the arc of a leader grounded in education, community engagement, and public service. From his early days as a teacher and trade union leader to his current role as a two-term senator for Taita Taveta County, he has remained committed to representing the needs of ordinary citizens and advocating for policies that enhance equity and development. His work on education, public health, land rights, and financial accountability, both inside and outside the Senate, forms part of his broader legacy as a voice for the people of Taita Taveta in the national legislature. Whether supporting school infrastructure projects, pushing for improved national health facilities, or raising concerns in the Senate about land and service delivery, Mwaruma's contributions reflect a consistent commitment to public service, accountability, and community upliftment in one of Kenya's diverse and dynamic counties. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.